Hello, welcome to Noel's House Party Season 1, Episode 18. This is the last one in the series. So I hope you've all recovered from the Dave Lee Travis incident. It was better than I thought perhaps it might be, because we had a few comments. Fan YT was saying that this isn't going to be everything that Noel's hyping, and it wasn't really. But it was far better than some of the others. Anyway, let's just dive into it. This is the last one.
And now, just before Noel's house party, a word in your ear from Dave Lee Travis.
Psst.
I was stitched up last week, remember? I don't bear any grudges. Now, Noel and the audience don't know I'm in Crinkly Bottom Garden. What I have here is a running order. This is what Noel thinks is going to happen on the show tonight. There is no way this is what's going to happen on the show tonight. No!
He seemed too creepily annoyed and overacting there. When he speaks and you can see his mouth through his beard, it's all very bit weird. I don't know if I told everyone, but I've got a job now. I keep waking up in the morning going, I've got a job. Great. Started 2 weeks. So we'll get through a few of these. Should have chinned him.
Love Gordon the Gopher. You are a dead man, Edmonds. Oh no, not another enemy. Here it is, the moment I'm deeply ashamed of. This was the pitiful sight last week when Gordon the Gopher... I mean, I am ashamed, Gordon. I really am ashamed.
Oh, it's going in his mouth. I never picked up on that before. Oh, he opened his mouth and it went right in.
And now we have a fantastic drink a glass of water. Ladies and gentlemen, a giga astounding.
We're supposed to pretend that he didn't know that was coming.
Now, where am I? I was about to say that I was deeply sorry to Gordon the Gopher because I didn't want to make another enemy. I've made an enemy of DLT because we had the Gotcha Oscar last week with David.
What's up with his voice?
We're going to see that. We are going to see that. Oh, we are going to see this.
Something's wrong with Noel's voice.
I will say this only once. What does the French word pomme mean?
Aussie.
Where have you been, you horrid wretch? Going, Tammy? Where was my face cream, Sister Blair? A gal was falling with her best.
What's this, swap shop or something? I don't know. His was.
This is not fair. This is picking on an unwell man. I'm sorry. Sorry about it. I'm sorry about the old throat, but on Tuesday I had a pole in my crinkly bottom.
I thought he was going to say he's gagging on the director of BBC One's cock to get a second series.
I really don't know where I am now because I was really frightened about this show anyway. Because what's going to happen? I don't want to go in the gun show. They couldn't gunge a man who's got a flu. Could they? I've come downstairs here from my sick bed in order to do this. What on earth will happen? Well, we've got a great Gotcha Oscar coming up for Howard Stableford. And
Like you
really,
don't know,
we've got him in
Noel.
a complete tiz. The poor man was like me, confused.
Excuse me, I'm just having a lot of trouble with my tilt and pan here. I'm sorry this is a bit of a mess, but there's nobody here in the studio to help me out.
Oh, he's the Tomorrow as Well bloke who did the music quiz way back when.
Springs to mind.
Well, first of all, I think it makes much easier any light oil, perfumed if they want to, or if people have got very hairy skin, then powder's better. But I think we're better with oil here today.
How can he not know these clips are coming?
I'll go away. This is not fair. Here's the new newspaper. This is the Crinkly Bottom Observer, the paper that everybody absolutely loves and adores. Even the dog likes it. You always find the dog poring over the Crinkly Bottom Observer. My goodness, all these horoscopes. Gosh, there must be a dozen of them. And
Nonsense.
the first story is all about... Oh, well done. The village policeman is in the news again. Whilst shaving, he nicked himself. But, no, he let himself off with a caution because he thought he had gone through enough already. And here's a sad one for you, guests. The Crinkly Bottom Parrot shop closed this week after a mystery disease wiped out their stock. Yeah, it's opening on Monday as the Crinkly Bottom Feather Duster shop. A very nice thought for the day. The Observer always has a thought for the day. If the post office sell a 24p stamp for 24p, how do they make a profit? That's an interesting thought, isn't it? Here now, ladies and gentlemen, if music be the food
What
of life,
fucking
prepare-
gobbledygook. Absolute shit. I mean, I've accused Noel in the past of mouth garbage, but that was scripted mouth garbage.
Haunting melodies for you. And here are the four who murdered them. On the right-hand side, Gloria Honeyford. Welcome, ladies. And you're-
by the way.
Oh, come on, come on.
What about the other one? Who's the other woman?
Can't seem to save their lives. And over this
They haven't
side,
introduced the other woman.
Welcome Judy Spires and Alan Titchmarsh. We know they can do the telly, but can they sing? Here's the first tune. Go.
There's no business like show business, no business like no. Everything about it is a
Well, she got a gotcha, didn't she? That one. So what's going on with this then?
And who recorded
You either come on the show and get a gotcha, or you come on the show and do the music quiz and then get a gotcha. It's all just swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
I think Martin carried that one. On we go to number 3.
Brother and sister, open your eyes.
This is none of Noel's ones. This is one of Noel's songs. He did this under an alias. I found out from the Cheap Show podcast. Alcatraz. Yeah, sung by Edmonds under a pseudonym.
On the RCA record label back in the...
voice sounded just the same then.
It does, doesn't it? I think actually it's gone higher. Well, your guess is as good as mine as to what happens now.
Try to please me. You've never heard like that before. Don't imagine you're too familiar.
The camera's on the Honeyfords, but the other woman came in first.
At the ready, go.
Oh, slow dirge. This is really slowing everything down now. This is piss up end of the night chanting.
That's good. This is going to be terrible. Absolutely atrocious. Go. Legs. Can we get legs? Actually time for one more. Yes, one more. No, that's it. What a shame. They really only got 5. It says 5 here and 18 over there.
15.
Oh, 50. Oh, they've got the box round the wrong way here. It says
Maybe they are fucking with him. Maybe the crew are fucking with him a bit.
Grab a grand. How much money can we get for somebody on Grab a Grand?
Hey, Spike Milligan, the proper comedian. Very unpredictable.
What on earth happened? Your time machine has blown up.
Troublemaker.
Am I all right? If I was all right, I wouldn't be in this crummy show. Wait a minute. My time machine, it worked. This is now 1972, and you are 4 years old. Happy birthday to you.
But it's blown up.
You mean it's self-inflatable as well? This is a scientific term. What?
What I was trying to tell you is it's failed. It's a complete and absolute failure.
A failure?
Yes.
All my life I've been a failure. When I was only 2, my poor father died from deafness.
Deafness?
Yeah, there was the steamroller coming up behind him.
What was the time machine like?
It was like a sketch, very simple. It was a Sinclair electric bike propelled by the human voice. You set the year 19072, and then I shouted the Noel Edmonds Show. Noel Edmonds Show into the petrol tank.
And what made you think it would work?
What? Are you kidding? That's enough to put anybody back 20 years.
Somewhat incoherent. He was always on another planet.
The letter says, I'm writing to tell you about a neighbour of mine whose occupation may be of interest to you and your gunge tank staff. He's an estate agent, reason enough to warrant a good gunging, but on top of that, he's a real pain in the backside. I think you mean a crinkly bottom ache. He's such a yuppie, he never goes anywhere without his mobile phone.
I was just about to say, the audience are looking at something. That was a bit scary. He knew something was going to happen there.
I hate to tell you this, but these letters are fabricated, my dear. Yes, if this was a film, it would be called Travis 2. Judgment Day. Ring your bell! Go on, ring it! Ring it!
Oh dear, this is most cruel.
You're going to grope him on the way down.
Listen very, very carefully, Edmondo.
I'm not a well man. I mean,
Isn't it strange, but the day you got me, I had a sore throat as well. Okay, now listen, sit in that seat. There's a card there to remind you of what to do, because I realise you've gone to pieces. And what we're going to do is ask all the punteroonies at home to phone up and vote for whether he gets it or whether I get it. You see, this is the point. Now,
So is he
I know
receiving
normally
production
you would
instructions on that
actually give
card
people
now
a
then?
chance
Because
to
he has
defend themselves.
a segment that's not going to happen.
7-word defence, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. I am not Noel Edmonds. No way.
Yeah, but you are something else.
I, through my pathetic television attempts, try to entertain people.
Rubbish!
Well, if you think I should get it, it appears to be 0891 800 311. What are you laughing at? Just because I have... If you think that Mr. Travis should get it, it's 0891 800 322. I'd be terribly grateful if it was him. I think it would show tremendous appreciation from the British public for what I've been trying to do for the
Oh,
last
shut up and get on with the show. What's the matter with you?
I have been dreading this bit. I really... Oh, God.
Was that a mistake? That did actually feel as if he didn't know the doorbell was going to ring then.
But right now, I tell you what, let's go back to 1977. You'll recognise Roy Castle, but see if you remember the animal impersonator on this. Who is it, all right? Just have a look and see.
2 and 2 are 4. 4 and 4 are 8.
I only really remember him from Record Breakers. He got lung cancer because he never smoked a cigarette a day in his life. He got lung cancer because he played brass instruments, so trumpet, wasn't it? Is it trumpet he played? he played the trumpet in the clubs. So he was gulping down fucking smoke all night for decades. Wriggling Edmonds the worm. More clips if he's not in the dungeon.
But one thing does occur to me, because I was looking through the papers this morning and I read the news that Roy Castle's not well. I wasn't expecting that clip, but I would like to send him my love and best wishes. I'm sure a lot of other people would agree with that.
Oh, I didn't know he was still going at this point.
I'm in a total state of shock. I begin to understand how the kids feel when I chat to them on Wait Till I Get You Home. I travel around the country chatting to anything up to 150 kids a year. Here's some more of those clips of things that we haven't shown so far. There's Paul in Plymouth, Carl and Rachel in Newcastle. And the conversation got round to the subject of how do you know whether mum and dad like each other? How do you know that they like each other?
Because in the kitchen, my dad always goes up to her and goes, "Come on, give us a kiss."
Do you ever try and stop it?
Yeah, I just goes, "Come on, there's children here."
What do you think it was that made your dad look across that pub counter and think, this is the woman for me?
Yeah, she looked like she had loads of money.
What do you think when you see her?
Pathetic.
Oh, he's just been diagnosed with lung cancer at this point.
I met Gary in Liverpool and Tyrone in London and Catherine from Newcastle and Carl.
Roy Castle, I mean, not that child or Edmonds.
It's fascinating to talk to kids about what boys think of girls and what little girls think of boys. Describe to me your ideal woman.
Blonde. Black. Skirts. And yellow top. So she'll wear it and read.
Just imagine this is a park bench, and I'm her, and you're you. What are you going to say?
Ugh.
Why her?
Because you're not a girl.
Oh, we were pretending.
Oh,
Come on, you've got to get round to asking me to marry you now.
will you marry me?
You don't think this is maybe lacking a certain sort of style and class?
Because I don't want to fucking seduce you, you bearded cunt.
Will you marry me?
Got a girlfriend? Why not?
Oh, this kid looks cool.
Just start wanting one, I want to be a free man.
What do you think is the main difference between girls and boys then?
Probably something wrong with boys. Some boys in my class haven't got a brain. Girls are always going, "Hey, I broke my nail. Hey, I gotta go to the doctors."
Well, who would be the ideal girl for you?
Person that doesn't cry or that snap nails. One that can go to the dentist without going, I'm not going, you can't make it. You don't laugh, I can see it.
Reinforcing stereotypes. Thank you. Well done. Basically, when they ask questions like that, all it does is just show the mum up. And not in a sort of, I've got your pyjamas, here are your false teeth kind of way, but just like, you know, not in a fun way, really.
Catherine is absolutely potty about you. Could you please send us a copy of The Observer as we've run out of baby wipes? Well, thank you very much indeed. Now, this is the last house party, I'm sad to say, but we're busy little bees and already thinking about things like Noel's Christmas presents because we plan well ahead. And is there somebody in your life that you would very much like to
We want money.
give an unusual gift to? It hasn't got to have monetary value, but if you've seen my Christmas show, you'll know exactly what I mean.
To be fair, some of his Christmas shows were very good in terms of how benevolent they were. They weren't very good to watch, but they were good for kids and the disabled and all that kind of stuff.
Are you having trouble chatting up a member of the opposite sex? Or maybe it's that the neighbour won't give you back the lawnmower that he borrowed about 6 months ago and you can't get round to bringing up the subject. We can break the ice with icebreakers, and icebreakers and Noel's Christmas presents are room 335.
Imagine that. Imagine there being a subject that was too tough for you to talk to another person about. So you get fucking Noel Edmonds involved to come round and On camera
Have
as
our
well.
gunge up
You know, how awkward's that going to
Are
be?
you phoning? Is it? Oh, no.
55,000 people just rang in then about that. Crazy.
Do you realise, actually, just think about it, that could well be the last time that the front doorbell of this old house rings this series. I mean, just imagine that this old... Well, think about it. That could be the last time...
Get on with it now.
the bell... Oh, all right. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh. Richard O'Sullivan.
Mr. Edmonds,
Yes.
I am the Duke of Crinkly Bottom.
Well, good evening, your Duke.
It's Grace.
Oh, good evening, Grace.
Well, they've had a meeting at the village hall, and they've elected me to come here and talk to you regarding your breeding.
Oh, well, I don't need any help on that score because the 4-year-old starts school in May.
Yes, well, maybe you should go with her.
Oh, right.
Let me explain something to you.
Didn't know where we was going with that then.
This evening, I noticed on the front lawn you had one of those cows with horns.
Bull.
No, I saw it with my own eyes.
A cow with horns is a bull.
Yes, well, whatever it is, it's got to go. It's making the men in the village feel inadequate. Anyway, you should keep your animals out in the fields.
Oh, I really can't do that, Grace. Because I'm at one with the animal kingdom.
Yes, I can see that. I mean, your pigs have got curlers in their tails. Your sheep have got centre parties, and your goat's got highlights in its beard.
And I must put you right about one thing. I think the villagers absolutely love me. This week they all got together and they came down and they built this huge wall all the way around this property. They like me.
Did they do a good job?
Yes, there isn't a door in it, but I mean, you can't complain about everything. And do you know what they did?
No.
They even put up this little sign that will tell people when I'm out.
What did it say?
It said Edmund's out.
Is it?
Conceptually, those jokes don't make sense.
The truth is that... right
Don't
here
laugh
you
to
see
try and
you
inject
feel
humour when there is
pretty
none, Noel.
Thank you very much. I mean, pretty and desirable. I knew I was cute, but pretty and desirable. That's really very
And
kind.
of course, there's another thing. The village idiot, you've made him feel very insecure. He's handed in his notice.
Well, I am sorry about
No, don't worry, he had to leave anyway, he had to fight an election. But you see, the truth of the matter is, Edmonds, you see, that we think that you are a tremendous embarrassment to Crinkly Bottom.
Well, thank you very much, Grace.
I mean, you see, you've stone-clad this fine house. You've asked to turf the lawn. And you've outfitted the local football team.
Yes. Well, what's wrong with that?
And tank tops and flares, I mean. They're falling off their platform cells. Can you give me one good reason why we should let them stay?
Well, when you put it like that, no. Tony Blackburn has made me a good offer for the house, so,
That's the reason, thank you.
That was so poor. There was no jokes there. It was just fucking flat. That Richard O'Sullivan guy, I looked him up on IMDb, and he can't be particularly great actor because 80% of all the photos of him on IMDb are actually photos of someone else, where he's just in it, sort of talking to them, or you can see the side of his head as someone more important is talking to him about something. Like, oh, it's actually a photo of Tim Brooke-Taylor. Oh, and Richard O'Sullivan is in this photo as well. You can see the side of his head as he's looking at him. Just, I had to look up who he was, and I was just like, what?
Something strange on your television, MTV.
That was terrible, that door ringing there. Absolute waste of everyone's time.
So they go to somebody's house and they haven't got their teeth in. Go. Hi, Red.
He was a good laugh, that bloke. To do all that breakdancing bit as well on the little spinny, the little spinny chair was cool.
Crinkly Bottom to you, MTV!
Let's be be sensible about this. It's not too late to phone for DLT to get gunged. So please, stop watching and get phoning like mad. For goodness sake, when we get to this part of the programme, I think it is vital that wherever you are in the United Kingdom, that you do pay attention to my every single word. Go! Gary, put that down! Gary! Put it down, Gary Briggs! Put that paper down immediately, Gary Briggs in Enfield!
My God, he looks like such a stereotype. He's wearing the whole... He's wearing such a... Oh, it's so on the nose. If you said to me, put on a 90s tracksuit and, look, you know, dress up like a twat, that is exactly what I put on. It's so on the nose.
Good evening, Gary.
Hey, is this for real?
Yes, it's little Noel here. Hi.
Oh, no.
Say hello, Gary.
Hello, no.
Oh, Gary.
Hey,
You all right?
I'm alright. You don't sound too good, though.
I know I've got a bit of a problem with the throat.
Hey, yeah, you sound crap.
Yes. I thought for a moment you were Hillary Kingsley. Where are we? I believe... Now, you are going to behave, aren't you? I don't want that sort of language.
No, I promise I'll be alright.
Okay. Now, you're a bit of a nutter, I've been told.
Yeah. Who told you that?
Well, I think that's your lady there who's shouting. Is that Karen?
That's Kaz there.
Yeah. Hello, Karen.
She
Thank
needs
you
to
very
shut
much
up.
indeed for telling us the truth about him. A bit of an all-round nutter, the sort of man who in a supermarket hides other people's trolleys. Yeah?
Don't do that sort of thing, no.
She told me you dragged her out at a karaoke thing and she had to be Olivia Newton-John to your John Travolta. Is that true?
Well, yeah, sometime, you know, down the local pub and everything, you know, we get them singing.
Try and speak in English if you could, please.
Take the fucking piss out of his accent now.
You could do. And I believe you picked the telephone up in a strange way.
He's so London-centric, isn't he, this cunt?
What sort of things do you say?
I do impressions of, car phones.
Go on,
Then I
then.
got a car phone because I don't have one, you know.
Go on.
And when I pick the phone up,
Go on, then.
if I pretend like I'm in a car phone or something,
Yeah.
hello, you're speaking to me on my car, shh, and it goes off, you know.
Yeah.
It sounds like I got a car phone.
Yes. Give us the impression. We don't... You're trying to avoid it. Come on.
You know, if I don't want to speak to the people, you know, that...
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. You're not good with any word that's got more than 4 letters in it, are you?
Fuck off now.
Pardon?
I won't say any of them.
No. Now, what's this about liking Brookside as well?
Oh, no, you told her all that. It's nice. It's a nice show.
Yeah, I hear, though, that
What do you see?
you're a bit embarrassed that, because all your mates might think you're a bit sort of puffy if you like Brookside.
No, I fancy Sammy.
Puffy. Honestly, I mean, Noel sort of told him to keep it clean after he said the word crap and has referred to him as an idiot, right? And said that he's not good with words that are more than 4 letters long. And then he says, your mates might think you're puffy. Honestly, I mean, I know this is the 90s, but fucking hell, it's just a bit of a surprise for Noel to come out with that. Call him fat. Finish it off.
And you were in a band in the 70s, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah? And I see you haven't changed the look.
So I was about to say that.
She's an hairdresser. My cousin's a hairdresser.
Well, I think it's important that we do get the flavour of you here, Gary. There's an early Gary Briggs.
You get that from me, Mum?
You were, don't worry where we got it from. Still hoping to play up there at Anfield, I should think. And then there's the much admired side.
No.
Gary Briggs, purveyor of builders' bottom to the nobility.
Just remember where I park my bike now, no.
Careful. I want to come back with this show, please. Now, I believe that you're also a bit of a macho man. You like to pretend you're Kato out of the Sellers movies.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
You leap up from behind
Hide in
things.
the cupboard.
Go and hide behind the sofa and then show us how you do it. Go on. Imagine Karen.
Do some racial stereotyping.
How would you do it?
Well, I'll jump out of the cupboard.
Yeah, go on. No, she's just walked into the room now.
I want door! Oh, I think I've done
I can't really remember many of the Pink Panther films, but I think that is kind of how he did it.
Looks like this is the macho man. This is the real macho man. Now, there's another little secret. I believe that you've been very critical of some of the people we've had on NTV. You actually don't think that they're very good at performing.
No, he doesn't ever.
No.
Shut up.
Your voice is going up and down more than mine. So Karen clearly doesn't believe that that you think much of the NTV people.
No, he doesn't. He's always moaning about stuff.
Do you know what, Gary? I didn't like you to start with. I feel sorry for you now. She never said. We'll let you get a word
always
in
botting in.
What about the
Speaks
people?
through her nose because her mouth's worn out.
That's quite a good line.
The Bee Gees,
To remember that.
Gary, the Bee Gees. You like the Bee Gees?
Yeah, I love the Bee Gees, yeah.
Right, give us your Bee Gee impression. We've got the stuff here. Here it is.
Oh, what you got there?
There, great.
Oh, no, where'd you get this from?
Come on, Gary.
Oh, no.
Come on, pop it on, and we'll give you a burst of music to get you in the mood.
Is the camera going to come in?
Let's see it now. Gary, is there any sort of music you don't like?
I don't like folk music.
No?
No, and like pop. Yeah, I don't like pop.
No?
Nothing else.
What about this sort of music? Do you like this?
Oh, no, bagpipes. Oh, I can't stand that.
No? That's a great shame because we really wanted to serenade you beautifully in your home this evening.
Don't play bagpipes. I can't stand it.
Why?
Get him in. Get 100 pipers in the room.
Now, Gary, it's your lucky evening.
Oh, no, this is terrible, no.
No, Gary...
What do they wear under the kilts?
You're about to find out, Gary, because in just 8 or 9 seconds' time, you're going to entertain the nation in Scottish Highland costume, and we'll come back to you in just 2 little ticks.
Seconds, he needs minutes.
So that's Gary, who I think by anybody's stretch of the imagination is a little bit gobsmacked by everything that's going on. Now, NTV will finish, of course, with the house party in a few moments' time. But if we can set anybody up for you, I need lots and lots of information, please. Don't just give me a name. I like to know whether or not you like Highland music or whatever. Give me all the information possible to NTV room 3305, the BBC.
Is he going to come back to it straight away?
7RJ. And here's Gary finding out exactly what they wear underneath.
They're putting a kilt on him.
And his own Scottish performance for us on primetime TV. Go for it, Gary.
Sorry, putting his kilt on.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's a live show. We've got to get on with it.
What do the pipers and all that think? They go, right, you've... is that DLT? Edmonds was genuinely surprised by that. Where is this then? This must be down the road.
I don't believe this is happening. What are you doing?
This must be down...
That's Enfield. You couldn't have got from Crinkly Bottom to Enfield.
Enfield.
Listen, I'm a quick mover when I need to be. Hey, why is people walking round? Ah, yes, now what is it? Right, we have a slight reversal here, Noel.
Oh, no.
Is this a setup?
No,
There's a whole...
I don't have a posing
welcome to DLTV. All right? Now, what is it you usually do at this point? You usually reach into a chest at your side and you look for various bits and pieces.
Oh, no, Dave.
What have we got here, first of all?
What about money, Dave?
Yes, you do recognise that bag, don't you, Noel? Can I briefly explain to all the Pontaroonies that the reason he's looking like that is because once upon a time he was on Bryman Airways and the stewardess spotted him, fancied him like mad, and she was all over him. She was talking to him all the way through the journey. And at the end, She filled up one of these sick bags with little bottles of stuff which I suspect you may need by the end of the programme, Noel. Also, her number as well. I've got it here, so I'll save it for you. What else have we got here? Now, we know that you're a secret admirer of Tony Blackburn, in spite of the fact
Very true.
that he's been popping in and out of the show. And here's an early shot of you, hopefully looking for a signature from Noel, and possibly a haircut as well. Also, we have something here which we've whisked off from your bedroom wall, which is rather nice. And
Bullshit.
on the wall, and it says, "To my number one fan, lots of love, Tony."
Well, it's time to go grab a grab.
No, not yet, pal. Not yet. What else have we got here? Oh, yes, the fashion icon. We've got stuff here. We've got a picture of you with Vidal Sassoon, which is quite sweet, really. Quite nice. Can I ask you a question, Noel?
Oh, come on, Dave.
Do you recognise this?
Well,
Tragedy person? Anything to do with you wanting your hair right in the mornings when you've got an early start?
Does he wear a hairnet? What does that achieve?
You may well recognise this, Edmund, because what we have here is your number 2 Irish jig. Now, the reason we have the number 2 here, which we stole, is because obviously you're wearing the number 1. Now, look, you can tell.
Is he?
He's doing the bit with his head. That is definitely not real. And we can reveal for the first time to the Puntaroonies around the world what you look like without either of those on. And there it is. Okay, so obviously...
Not true, but funny.
In the office, what's that nickname?
What? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. The guests were enjoying
The
themselves.
nickname you have in the office. King of Comedy, is it? Something like that?
Yes, it's very much a nickname, yes.
Well, if you have to be King of Comedy, you have to get everything fairly word perfect, don't you?
Oh, no.
Have a look at this, Noel.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Ed the Duck.
Trade places with
I used to like Ed the Duck.
Alvarez, who used to live in Crinkley Bottom about 150 years ago, and he was buried in the graveyard 200 times.
200 times. Now, do you know, going live is
Did I say he was the inventor of the yo-yo?
Going live is about 5 years.
What's that?
All right, yes,
What was that about?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, Edmund at this point usually finds a piece of the victim's underwear. We've been in drawer number 2 in your house, Noel, and we found your favourite underwear, which we shall bring up to show everybody now.
A posing pouch with his face on it.
Now,
Would have been funny if it was like DLT's, Blackburn's face or something.
Oh, what have I done to deserve this?
With his dick coming through the forehead.
thought they were, just in case.
No!
Take off your wig, my darling. A famous yogurt pot. Yeah.
No.
I am the swine you stitched up with Tessa Sanderson.
Yes! Bobby Davro!
Wow!
I don't do this in public usually, but cop for that.
Wow. So I knew Bobby Davro and What's-Her-Face were in this, but I didn't know that's what they were doing. Wow.
Well, I don't know what to say after that.
So that must be another studio somewhere else, right? It's somewhere else in the building.
We go with money, and the question last week was what would be the combined ages of everybody that you saw going past at the end of the show. All those names, their ages.
Which means that DLT is on site still in Television Centre and could be back.
Get it right. There they are. Dean Lilly, Sandra Mark, Jeanette Braybrook, and Emma Beaumont. And I shall stop it there.
In the past, I've... I was wondering why those gaps were in it. I've taken a piss out of Bobby Davro because I didn't really think he was very good. And in recent years, he has talked about how he thought that he was going to be really big and how he was going to be the next Bruce Forsyth and all of that. And I was like, based on what? He sort of did some minor impressions of people that weren't really that great. And he told jokes that were just everyone's old jokes, and that's interesting. That's interesting because I wondered if he was a plant, but only at the end, and I certainly didn't think it was Bobby Davro. So well done there.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again, and I shall look away. Is it past it right? And I shall look away and do it again now. And it's Emma Beaumont. Emma Beaumont, who is in Watford, and quite clearly.
Hello, Noel. No, it's me.
Hello.
Now, listen. How's the guns vote going, Noel? Can you please check on that? We'd like to know how the guns is going.
Can we see how the guns... I hate you. How's the...
Ooh. Actually...
Oh, it's very much in your favour, Dave. Oh, he's gone now. What do I do?
It's
Do I just
not.
keep going and try and dial this lady, or... Oh, we'll get her later, will we? I know the feeling. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to think who's going to walk down these stairs of the old house here in Crinkly Bottom.
That's annoying, because that woman must have thought, oh, I'll wait for a call now, I'm going to get some money.
Now, Travis can't be a bit tired.
He genuinely doesn't know. I think he... Yeah, see... I don't think he was acting there. He doesn't know what to do, does he? He keeps on looking for someone. He thought a famous person was going to come out, didn't he? And eventually... Was that the first? He was the first ever one, wasn't he? What's his name? Henry Cooper.
I knew it was a big house, but how the heck do you hide a brass band in this place? Well, will he come down? Howard Stapleford should come down.
It's interesting that Noel isn't that great an actor, you see. So now we know what it actually looks like when Noel is actually being surprised.
There's the Gunge vote still to come as well. Well, I am in a state of complete shock, and I don't trust anybody at all.
No, I've got nothing up my sleeves.
But I can honestly say that when I came in and awarded you, got your Oscar, you did actually look in a state of shock, and for about half an hour afterwards.
Well, totally, because I couldn't, but I thought, wow, that's clever. They've hired this sound studio, the whole thing, the TV studio, and that must have been expensive. But then you took me through, and it was a flat, and the whole thing was built as a set, wasn't it? And as you know, my tongue and brain divorced at pretty early stage.
Well, actually, you did better than that. But this whole the studio has to actually be worked by the presenter, Transimage it's called. And the idea was that Howard would be going along there to talk to a Hong Kong program about tomorrow's world and technology. We actually then gave a scenario to it whereby it was the wrong Howard Stapleford. And so he has to go through that agony. Also, there's a terrible delay. His earpiece keeps falling out. It's a bit like the Duncan Goodhue thing we did a couple of weeks ago, except this mistaken identity was brilliant. And as Howard has said, we were just the other side of the wall, hence the lip mics. And Transimage now presents Howard Stapleford, who is about to promote, he thinks, tomorrow's world, but he's going to have agony.
You'll find the instructions there, and those are the lights, and could you switch them off when you've finished?
Right.
Yep.
Is there nobody to talk to there? So what I'm supposed to do or anything?
No, there's nobody here from Transimage.
There's nobody here. I have to do it all myself.
Yes,
And a list of simple-to-read instructions, all right?
I better go back to the desk now.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting.
Fine.
Who's he talking to? Does he know this is a setup?
This is actually self-operated. Right. Well, I recognise the camera. That's a good start. And there's a monitor.
Who's he talking to? Himself?
Look at the monitor next to the camera. This is absurd. Come back down. That's supposed to be... There we are. Stop! Stop! Up a bit. No, it's down. Stop. When the telecom tower contacted, they will set the sound levels. Oh, hello. It's Transimage here, Howard Stableford.
Oh, right. Transimage. You're timed out at 15:50 UK time.
Right.
Linking to Hong Kong.
Right.
That's all I've got.
So you don't know who I'm talking to or anything?
No, I'm sorry, this is switching.
Yeah, right. Okay, so what happens now, then? I just...
Just a sec, I'll put you up. Just
Thanks. I've got a deaf
I'll
aid.
see you. Gotcha. What about tightening in?
Right.
Zoom in. That's better. I just think you've got to look.
Use the monitor.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Zoom right in on the eyes, and then you'll be able to see. That's it. See how? Ooh,
Oh, I've gone too far in there. Got a bit of a delay on this. Hang on a minute. Go out.
My colleague here says that a bit of powder on your nose.
It looks like a stormy day over Tower Bridge, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's all right. Can you just you're glowing a bit? That's good. Under the eyes. All right. What I'd like you to do is put the phone down.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you hear will be the feeds. Okay. Bye. Good luck.
Thank you. I need it.
This is Hong Kong Reports. I am Clay Pearson.
I wouldn't believe that for a fucking second.
At the Institute of Hong Kong Business Studies. Joining us from London, Howard Stableford, who is an expert in technology.
That is just Edmonds doing a stupid voice.
The role of technology in the development of Hong Kong.
Such a stereotype.
It comes as a bit of a surprise to me to talk about.
And not even one that exists.
I work as a part of a program called Tomorrow's World, which looks at the future of technology and it's how it's going to affect us all. And that's the
delay.
I've got a bit of delay on it.
Oh, that would fuck me up.
My knowledge on the technology, but
We have a very slight problem, Mr. Stableford. The camera. Thank you.
I think it's all very well talking about infrastructure changes such as airports and so on, but I don't think that they're really going to do anything about the labour problem we have here, the labour shortage problem, and the inflation problems, which are immense, really.
Can we come to you, Mr. Stableford, for a reaction to that?
excuse me, I'm just having a lot of trouble with my tilt and pan here. I'm sorry this is a bit of a mess, but there's nobody here in the studio to help me out. No, nothing springs to mind.
Mr. Kirk, how do you feel about Mr. Stableford's response?
Yes, the point I was going to make is that the article that I read of Mr. Stableford in the Economist Intelligence Unit, the last quarter, I think it was an article which I found myself disagreeing with almost entirely.
I'm sure you did, Mr. Kirk. Whilst I just try and centre myself between the bridge, I have to point out, Mr. Kirk, that I've never written such an article. And maybe you're getting mixed up with another Mr. Stableford.
Oh.
I actually thought I was going to be chatting on a chat show about Tomorrow's World and science television in Great Britain, but so I'm afraid I'm totally unprepared for this.
Right. I also am unprepared. I believe that I was talking to Dr. Howard Stableford of the London School of Economics.
That was my understanding.
Is that not the case?
I wouldn't fucking believe that accent for a second.
Just have to stop you there a moment.
Jeffrey McGivern is a radio actor and proper actor. And his one is much better, less stupid.
Mr. Kirk, can you speak to me? Can you beam me up, Mr. Kirk? Hello?
Hello, this is Clay Pearson in Hong Kong.
Clay, I'm terribly sorry about this.
I must admit, my briefing notes suggested that you were Dr. Howard
Where did you get
Stableford
that
of the
from?
London School of Economics.
Where on earth have you got Dr. Howard Stableford LSE from?
I'm looking to my production assistant and getting no helpful signs here at all. We have 15 seconds. What we will do, Mr. Stableford, is just wrap this up for our audience so
I think for everybody's sake, that's a very good idea.
So we don't look too foolish. We're coming back now. We have 3, 2.
I'm glad it's not being shown over here.
We have an unusual situation with our link to our studio in London. It appears we have the wrong Howard Stableford. But I would like to thank him very much indeed. Mr. Stableford, thank you very much. We continue now with a look at the fishing industry and the way in which...
Hello.
Hello?
This is Telecom Tower here.
So how did it go? All right?
I mean, I've never been here. I also was given very scant instructions as to what I was doing here, and I find myself in a lot...
Yeah.
Where are you? Where are you? I'm here! It's a fine cat. All this time I've been worrying about what I said and what I did, and the word plonker kept coming into my head.
No, you carried it off very well, because we put a lot of detail into that.
It was the delay that made me convinced it was true.
I know
Yeah, that was much more fuck up than Duncan Goodhue's one. That delay was so tight. That was fucking brain-warpingly tight, that delay. That would really fuck you up.
Had a bit of a disaster at the Crinkly Bottom Exchange. All the phone lines are down, so the gunging is definitely off, I've been told by... Oh, let's go grab and grab.
Bullshit. I think that was a better gotcha because it was about him being the wrong person, which makes you feel inadequate, really. Whereas previously, Duncan Goodhue was put through to the wrong place, which is not your fault. Who cares?
Could I come with you? I feel like I need a holiday.
Whereas I think being put through to the wrong Stapleford and you expect someone else and you don't know anything about economics, that's much better.
Or the money of the United States. Which would you prefer to go for?
The one that's worth the most.
Yes, quite. Quite. So, which do you think is worth the most? Quick.
English.
English. Well, that's the 1500. If you've gone to the United...
You haven't got it yet. You still got to grab it.
1592, but you did pretty well there, and we've got a great guy to go.
So fucking what?
Money for Emma. Fantastic bloke. One of my heroes. Please welcome Frank Bruno.
Hey! Such a shill, but Frank Bruno will do anything to stay on telly. Know what I mean? Harry?
I'm very nervous. You can't be as nervous as me, Emma, but I'll be trying my best, you know?
What's all this about?
You take it easy.
Damn it.
Right?
What?
Friend.
Do I take that? No, this is to keep my tools warm now.
Keep your tools warm?
What's he going to do?
Right now, hang on a moment.
He's stopped the airflow.
Name the 2 cricket players who walked out of a formal dinner in Melbourne this week.
Botham and Goot.
Yes, what do we do to our clocks tomorrow to signal British summer?
Turn it back an hour. Back an hour.
We don't. They go forward an hour.
Silly cow. Listen.
Pakistan.
Yeah, 40.
40. Well, it don't matter because fucking Bruno stopped the airflow. Undermined. I like it when the format is undermined. Oh God, look, they're all a bit decrepit this week. Everyone, I wasn't getting much from the audience, to be honest. Normally they're going nuts, aren't they? Just one.
Honestly, I didn't do this deliberately, so I put the wrong money. I put the Arab Emirates money. Anyway, there it goes. You've taken
Doesn't matter. You've got all of it anyway.
So have a great holiday. I'm sure you like it where with Frank Bruno. There you are. I think.
I'll try my best. I think I got all of it.
Somewhat confidentiously, I am going to ask, I thought thought it was going to be between an estate agent and a used car dealer, but what is your voting in the Gunge? What is the final voting? Yes, very good. Oh.
We've still got over 8 minutes left, according to this.
I nodded off for a minute there.
What? What's he...
I trust nobody on this show. Where's the voting? Show me the voting. Where is
Do the voting again. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh!
I think we're...
Brexit. 52-48.
Is it all even now?
No, this will be 2-1 in your favour.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last house party. I wasn't expecting to be sitting in here to say goodbye, but what I
You were, because you fucking inferred it at the end of last week's show.
letters we've had and the millions of you who've watched. I've had an absolutely fantastic time in the last 18 weeks. He's going to have a great time now. From the house party, good night.
Still got another 7 minutes left, according to this. This is genuinely chaotic, isn't it? And we're back. What's going on here? Is this behind the scenes then, or is this being transmitted? He's got money stuck to his head. Oh, this is from behind the scenes. He's got money stuck to him. Look. Oh, that's the people from the Gotcha sketch in the outfits. The strawberry and the banana.
I knew that I was going to get done one way or another, but I didn't know I was going to get overdone. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought of a few words to say at this point, and they've all gone completely out of my brain. I just want to say thank you. I feel very emotional, despite the... No, I can't help it. We put an enormous amount of work into the house party for a couple of years before we felt that we'd got the format right, and... it was pretty amazing when we went on. How can you deliver serious speech? TV. And we couldn't believe it when the show started, and immediately we started getting good audience figures. And then from just almost the beginning of this year onwards, there's been increasing popularity. And I think the biggest compliment we got was when ITV started shifting their schedules around and putting their different star performers against us to try and unsettle us. And for the last 6-8 weeks, we've beaten ITV. We've been the biggest show on Saturday night. It's a win. It really is, honestly.
This is fucking spooky, because I want to clap and applaud him.
It's cliches, but it really is a we. And I wasn't expecting this lot to be here, but I don't know how you hide a bloody brass band in the place. And to see Henry again, and Tony, thank you for coming on so regularly and having the piss taken out of you. No, I mean, Judy and Karen and Alan, thank you so very much, and Howard. I mean, it just is brilliant, Bobby, thank you very much. It's incredible the way in which people have got behind this show. I like to think that it'll run for a long time, but there's all sorts of people. I really ought to thank Duncan, who does the OB when it's for real, the NTV, and Dave and the guys up in lighting, and or Eric in lighting and Dave in sound, and the guys on the floor who have done such a brilliant job for us over the weeks, whether it's James being dragged off into the gunge tank, Roger Fenner and Crew 9 have done an absolutely marvellous job. I don't want to attempt... I don't want to attempt to mention everybody because sod's law, I'll go and leave somebody out. But it really has been a fantastic experience for me, and I'm only really annoyed that I've got this stupid sore throat, which is making it very difficult for me on the last show. But I've had a fantastic time, and we certainly hope that we'll be back later this year with another series of the House Party. Ladies and gentlemen, my two mucky little hands banging together would seem very ineffective and ineffectual. I wonder if you'd do me the favour of saluting the House Party team and applauding them all. Thank you.
I certainly didn't expect this.
There's one guy, they're all brilliant. I wanted to go around and shake everybody's hands, but they'll run away from me. There is one guy who I would like your public acclaim for, because he's the best, he really is. And, oh, I see, we've got something on fire up there, fine. Well...
What?
On this, as we all leave by the fire exits there and there. The producer of this show, he also directs it, he also writes a lot of it, and he
Michael
happens to
Lego.
be a very close personal friend now. Mike Lego.
What's on fire? There's probably some sparklers or something up there, or streamers and all that shit.
It's a great
They're
team.
literally doing a health and safety inspection as it's happening.
Bastards from visual effects who do this kind of thing, they've now got to put it out. Oh, look at this. Oh.
Is that it? Is that on a fucking scaffold being lowered down?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say that I'm going to look up...
I thought he meant a fire, not a fucking bit of smoulder.
But I'd also like to say that there is only one person you would dare do what we've done tonight. Because DLT. Because no, I seriously mean that nobody else could even begin to hope to cope with it. He's absolutely the best, and without him, there's no House Party. Ladies and gentlemen, Noel.
Felix, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Crinkley Bottom on this very special night. Anyone want to come for a shower? Thanks a lot. Hope to see you again. Thank you for being part of the House Party. Good night to you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I certainly didn't expect that. I didn't expect that to be on the end of the recording. I did wonder why the recording was over an hour, because I was pretty sure that the broadcast wasn't that long. I wondered if my opinion of Edmonds would change. I think generally he does appear to be quite a nice guy to his crew, but I think the things that he thought were funny, like taking the piss out of that fat bloke last week and stuff, even in the 90s, that was a bit cruel. And it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, no one's perfect, right? But that was nice. That was quite heartfelt. He seemed to be a good sport there. But then that's, again, you could argue that he's, with his whole production crew that he's handpicked, doing a format, getting everything that he likes, earning money, doing a show that he's designed and created, and everything's going really well. And Edmund seems to be a nice guy. I suppose it's when things aren't going well that you still have to be a nice guy. I think this shows that Edmonds does has quite a nice side to him. I really didn't expect that, and I thought some of the stuff that DLT was doing was obviously scripted, and Edmonds knew it was going to happen. But then there was bits like the gunging and the brass band coming through and all of that where he didn't know that was going to happen. You can tell. Yeah, no, I enjoyed that. That was fucking strange. I didn't expect a lot of those things to be happening. And I didn't expect that little bit behind the scenes footage to be tapped on the end either. That was nice. Whoever put that together and uploaded that to the Internet Archive, well done. I salute you. So there you go. That's Noel's House Party Season 1. See you tomorrow for Season 2. Bye-bye.